Oh shit, it's your boy Magnus, back from US Nats, playing like shit. Still really happy with the game though. It's a lot faster, like everyone wants, but you can still play real slow if you want. Like Jeremy Ray made top with himself. Keenan Meadows topped with Life Dimitri. Really slow ass decks, but still fast decks everywhere. Winning shit, winning it. Yeah, pretty tight, pretty tight. So last 2 years ago at US Nats, I played Earth Andy, almost the same deck, and it was probably one. Besides that one time I played Chin, it was the easiest time I got into tops ever. But this time it was really hard because all the scorch wheels and shit everywhere, and all the foundations that don't count towards progressive. Yeah, Andy's a lot worse off than he was before. You can still play him. He's just not a shoe-in like he was 2 years ago. And one of the best things about him is saying "gotcha" to all the kiddies who don't know what it. Don't just forget about him. So that still happened, but not as much. And the only two times it happened was with actual champs. So first off, I was fighting Keenan Meadows as Life Dimitri, and both these times, these champs think they're smart. They think they're playing my ass, but they aren't. They're getting played themselves. So he plays Spitting Necro Driver first form with a poker face, and I say Andy R, and he says, "Oh, it goes back to my hand." It goes to the discard because it's a cost. And then we tie. Yeah, next up, next day in singles, I'm playing Ben Shoemaker. I'm using the same deck. So he does the same thing. Well, not really. He plays down his opening attack, and he immediately R's with Walking Weapon, which is R flip it. Your attack gets +2 speed and cancel your opponent's next ability that they play this turn. So he's like, he says, R, I'll use a Walking Weapon, +2 speed, your next ability is cancelled. And then I respond with Andy, and he's like, oh, it's cancelled. And, no, stupid B, man, it's not really cancelled, because, it is cancelled, but also your attack is cancelled, son. Because that goes to the discard. You stupid B, Gator, man. So silly. So silly. You could break your neck on the furniture in the lobby. And then he pounded my anus in with scorch wheels. I proceeded to lose pretty hard later on. The highlight was I beat Napalm Man, which was a match was the only match I really counted on for the whole event. I had 4 Astute Observers sideboard, but Napalm Man didn't get a good showing. It was mostly faster decks than that one, which sucks because I lost in Swiss at the California PTC to a fast Napalm Man. So completely different experience than my PTC experience. If I'd known it was going to be this different, I wouldn't have even played Andy. Yeah, that sucks. But there's some new spoilers that came out. You probably already seen them. You got the new Mei Lin, 5 hand size. And let's bring that little bastard up here, shall we? E, your turn. Reveal 2 foundations from your hand. Draw 1 card. So in order to be bigger than 5 hand size, you have to attack early and often. And it's really, really easy to do that if you play a Jeremy Ray's foundation to put your top 3. Make sure you check good and make sure you draw something you want. Really, really good. Other ability, E, once per turn, reveal 2 attacks from your hand. This attack gets +X or -X damage. X equals this attack's printed damage. So you need to have, if you're going to attack into your opponent and use this, you need at least 3 attacks in your hand when you start out or draw the third. And you still need to keep 2 on your opponent's turn if you want to use it. And you know it's pretty good for that. You know it's pretty good for drawing more cards on your opponent's turn. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Plus, she has all and water. You know what that means, kids. You know what that means, kids. Gotcha. A bunch of cards were taken out from the new set because they got their pack. They got their first wave of packs in, I guess. A lot of shit from Red Horizon 1 and 2 reprinted. A lot of shit like Concussion Blast, Kneecapper, that one Lily action, Silence, Spine Sweep, a bunch of random stuff. A lot of character support from returning characters reprinted. They also spoiled new Vincent Gray, who I believe is a Fire Evil Good, same symbols as his more recent promo attack. He's 5 hand size. He has E+5. Remove the top card of your opponent's discard from the game. If that card was an attack, this attack gets +3 or -3 damage. If that card was a foundation, then add the top card of your deck to your staging area face down and committed. So he's kind of like, you know, he gets blown the fuck out by Balecore. That sucks, but getting a bunch of free foundations and damage reduction, well, mostly free if you have the most broken asset in the format right now, then yeah, he could end up being pretty scary. So shout outs to Legendary Wolf Games for letting me trade in a bunch of shit. Pretty sweet, pretty tight. Shout outs to my teammates for hanging in there, and Brian Harris for loaning me a bunch of cards. Shout out to Rodney for hooking me up with a room. Shout out to Jasco Games for the sweet game. Shout out to Shane Duckworth. I forgot to show him something. He's a recovering Puzzles and Dragons addict. I forgot to show him my box. So here's my box right now for you, Shane. And you should so this game doesn't have a TCG in the US, so you should get it so we can have another cat girl to play with.